what do we know about a circle? Well, circle is the collection of all the points which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. So what is this fixed distance? It's the radius of the circle. And what is the fixed point? It's the center of the circle. So this is what we know about a circle. Now, what if we have such a line segment? So what do we see in this line segment? Well, it joins 2 points on the circle. Now, what do we call such a line segment? It's called a chord. So what is a chord? A line segment joining any 2 points on a circle is called the chord of the circle. So in this case, this line segment is joining point A and point B, which lie on the circle. So this is a chord. Now, what if instead of a line segment, it's a line? So in this case, what do we say? We say that this line is passing through these 2 points. And then what does this become? This is called a secant. So what is a secant? A line that meets a circle at 2 points is called a secant of the circle. So in this case, this is a secant and it passes through 2 points on the circle. So what do we see here? We see that PQ is a secant of this particular circle. Now, if I go ahead and move this particular point, so wherever you take it, it is a secant, isn't it? Because it is passing through 2 points on the circle. Now, what if I move these points like this? It's still a secant, it is still a secant, but what if these 2 points overlap? That is, there is just 1 point of contact. What happens then? Then this becomes a tangent. So while you have 2 points, that is, a line touches the circle at 2 points, we call it a secant. But as soon as the point of contact is just 1 point, one single point, it is called a tangent. So let's understand what a tangent is. A tangent to a circle is a line that touches the circle at exactly 1 point and never enters the circle's interior. So in this case, as you can see, this particular line here touches this circle at exactly 1 point and it never enters the circle's interior. And so this line is called tangent to the circle. Now, there is only 1 point A which is common to the line and the circle. So this is the unique thing about a tangent. In the case of a tangent, there is always just 1 point. In this case, just this point A is the only point which is the point of contact between the circle and the tangent or this particular line. And that is why we call this particular line as a tangent. Now, this particular point where the tangent meets the circle is called the point of contact. So how do we define point of contact? Well, the common point of the tangent and the circle is called the point of contact. Now, I have this particular circle here and let's consider this particular point A. Now, if I want to draw a line through A, how many different types of possibilities are there? Well, there are numerous possibilities. For example, let's try a line from here. So I have this line passing through this particular point. Now, what do I have here? This line is a second. Why do I call it a secant? Because it touches the circle at 2 points, and it is a line, not a line segment. It crosses the circle, that is, it starts from outside the circle, touches the circle at 2 points, and then moves out, and that's why this is a secant. Now let me try another possibility. So I have this here and I draw it till here. Again, what do I have? We have this particular line segment, which is chord of the circle, isn't it? Because it touches the circle at 2 points and it is a segment which starts at this particular point and ends at this particular point. So this is a chord of the circle. Now what if I take a line from here like this? Now can we say this is a tangent to this particular circle? We can, because it is only coming in contact with the circle at point A. Now can we have more tangents? Let's try. Let me take a line from here. No, I don't get a tangent, because as you can see here it cuts the circle. A tangent will always touch the circle at only one point. What if I take it from here? No, I don't get a tangent. What if I take it from here? I don't get a tangent. So with so many possibilities, I was able to achieve just one tangent, isn't it? Well, that is what is the unique property of a tangent. There is only one tangent at a point on the circle. So if we consider point A, there is just one tangent. This is the only line which can be called tangent to this circle on point A. All the other lines are seconds in this case. So this is the unique thing about a tangent. It will always touch the circle at just one point, and through one point on the circle there can be only one tangent. Now these are some real life examples. We see tangents everywhere. For example, in this case, what do you see? We have a bicycle, and in this bicycle we have two wheels which are circular in shape, so we can compare them to circles. Now we have two circles here, and this is the point of contact, and this is the only point of contact for this particular circle here, or this particular wheel here. So this road here, we can say, is acting as a tangent to this particular wheel. Similarly, even in the case of this wheel, this is the point of contact. So this road again is acting like a tangent. Similarly, here we have a plate which is kept on this particular stand, and this stand again is acting as a tangent, because what do you see? There is just one point of contact. So again we have tangent here. Now what about this particular thing? Again, what do we see? That this particular surface is in contact with this circle exactly at one point, and so again this surface we can say is acting as a tangent to this particular object. What about these? Can you see tangents here? Just one point of contact for every line. So this is a circle and these are the tangents. Similarly, this is a circle and these are the tangents, because they touch the circle at exactly one point. Now in the case of this pencil and this coin, again this pencil is acting as a tangent to this particular coin. This is the circle and this is the tangent, and it touches it exactly at one point. Similarly, in the case of football, again the ground is acting as the tangent. There is just one point of contact. Now, even in the case of wheel, as you can see, the tangent remains the same, but that doesn't mean that the point of contact is same. At every point there is just one tangent. As the point changes position, only then you can say that the tangent is same and it is tangent to every point on the circle, but it's because the circle is moving, you are getting different points. At one particular point there is just one tangent. As it rotates, you get a new point, and the tangent is common in this case. So you see, at every point this can be tangent, but it can be tangent only once at one particular point. You cannot have number of tangents from one particular point. Now I have this particular point here. Now it is inside the circle. So can I draw a tangent which passes through this particular point? Well, let's try some lines. Lines that will pass through this particular point P. So I have this particular line here. I take another line from this side. I take another from this side. Another from here. Another from here. So I can draw a number of lines. But do I get a tangent even in one single case? Not really. That's because there is no tangent to a circle passing through a point lying inside the circle. So if the point is inside the circle like this, then there can be no tangent which will pass through this particular point. Or if a line passes through this particular point, it cannot be a tangent, because tangent touches a circle at one point only and it never enters the interior of the circle. And that is why we can say that there is no tangent to a circle passing through a point lying inside the circle. So now we know that there is one and only one tangent to a circle passing through a point lying on the circle. So if the point is on the circle, there is just one tangent that is passing through that particular point. But what if the point is outside the circle? Like this. So in this case, what do we have? How many lines can pass through it which can become tangent to this particular circle? Well, there will be exactly two. Like this. So what do we have here? There are exactly two tangents to a circle passing through a point lying outside the circle. So whenever a point is outside the circle, then there will be exactly two tangents. Two tangents will touch the circle, and there can be only two tangents which can pass through this external point. So these were the different properties of tangents. That is, tangents will always touch the circle at exactly one point, and if the point lies outside the circle, then there can be two tangents passing through this particular point which will be tangents to one circle. So these tangents are very interesting, and try to discover more tangents all around you in different objects. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You also get amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches, and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.